Peace and blessings, man. I'm just looking at something real fast. All right, boom, make sure. Cause they ain't giving me my chat thing like they usually give me on the sides. So that's what I was looking at. Like, yo, why they ain't give me?
Well, welcome to the channel. I mean, that's stuff that we can do at a different time. I don't even see your thing up here. Are you live?
Yeah, I'm live.
Oh, all right. I always do this so I can watch
Yeah.
the chat. Well, welcome to Knowledge is Key because that's where we're streaming from. Make sure you guys follow me on my channel at Goddess Nayakul. Goddess Nayakul, Nayaakul. And I'll pop right up, you guys. It's absolutely free to show love and support. So I would appreciate a follow.
Facts. I just look at the mic settings and stuff like that as she's talking. Just keep in mind of as a, you know what I mean? Looking at the levels, making sure my levels ain't interfering with her and stuff like that. Trials and error, trials. If you want to be good at it, you got to make sure, you know.
Well, I'm not going to hold you guys tonight. We want to just do a quick upload a quick live, and just talk a little bit about why we decided to go back to college. Um, we're two different people, so what he went back to school for is going to be totally different than my decision, of why I decided to go back to school. Um, you want me to go first, or you
Yeah,
want me?
yeah. Go ahead. Mom smoking. I don't know.
Um, well, I'm a very deep and complicated person, so my thing was more than just going back for the education. Um, Sometimes going through things in life, you feel like you might need some more support than what you might have, or you might need something to occupy. Um, what's wrong?
No, no.
Something to occupy your time and space a little bit different. I get distracted easy. I'll wait till you finish.
No, I'm just doing leveling. That's
Oh,
all. No, I ain't doing that.
um, but yeah, I just kind of went back to I lost my train of thought. Sorry. I'm not used to like us doing it all the time together. Like when I do my lives, like I'm not as distracted because I'm usually sitting by myself. So I'm just being real. When I see you fidgeting with stuff and keep looking, I'm like, is the mic not working?
No, I'm just looking at the levels, making sure they can hear you, making sure you're not low. Because last time you was kind of low, so
Yeah, that's why
only
I
way.
got the mic like right here,
Yeah.
like I'm about to swallow it. You know what I
So
mean? Because I guess before I was kind of sitting back.
as long as it ain't in the red, if it's in yellow, it means it's loud, but it's loud. Like you know what I mean. But as long as it's up in a high green yellow, so that's what I'm paying attention to. Like, is she loud enough so she can hear me?
Yeah, and these are just things that as you progress, you definitely um you grow. So those are things that we would check before we go live because I get distracted easy as hell. That's why my videos aren't long. Um, so yeah, you can go ahead because I kind of lost my train of thought what I was saying.
Why did I choose to go to school? So why did I choose to go back to school? Um, it wasn't really a choice. It was brought to my attention. So then, like I said, I woke up and said, "Yo, I want to go to school. I want to," you know what I mean? It wasn't that type of situation. It was brought to my attention. Do I want to try it? And you know what I mean? By me not doing really too much that's occupying my time, I said, let me get something to occupy my time. And that's the reason why I went. Now, what came with it was way more than I expected. But the reason why I went is because it was, I mean, she brought it to my attention. And I looked at it like, shit, I'm sitting at home doing nothing anyway. You know what I mean? Ain't like I'm working, ain't like I'm doing anything. So me being productive with my time would look more, I guess, constructive. You know what I mean? But as I start going, You know what I mean? I started learning different things. You know what I mean? So it was more than what I expected to, but the whole purpose of it was, you know what I mean? Because I was doing nothing. You know what I mean? And then when I started doing something, I liked what I started doing. But in the beginning, I didn't have no. I'm not a person that sit and loves to learn information that's not with me. Like I mean, so that's why psychology. I love it because I guess it hits me. But other than that, that's the only reason why I go hard for it because I like that type of part in it. You see what I'm saying? Like psychology lets me realize who I am as a person. I don't really learn that with math. I don't really learn that with certain things. Now some people can find that in science because then they tap into something about them to make them want to keep building on that. But I don't have those intriguings about learning in all aspects. Even though I can learn on all aspects, that's not my thing. But I love learning though.
Sorry, I'm always gonna be a mom first. My son knocked on the door.
See that wrong with that shit?
Care about that. That's one thing. Even my teacher said it. She said I love to teach. She said, but I'm gonna be a mom. No, I'm looking at how my butt look flat as hell in these pants going over there. Cause that camera catches everything. I really don't give a shit. But I'm sorry, babe. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I was finished smoking. I'll tell you a little side of the story why you were back.
I mean, mine is a lot deeper. Like for people that don't know or maybe your first time tuning in, um, I had a miscarriage a couple months ago, and it was the second one that I had. This one felt a little bit more personal just because of the experience of what I went through. So the mental pain and I would just say the mental place that I was at, I felt like no other human being would have been able to give me what I needed to get out of that place. So I was trying to find healthy ways to occupy my mind and really throw my mind off of what had just happened because I was so sick mentally. And we talked about that yesterday about occupying your time in a healthy way or occupying your time in a destructive way, in a toxic way. So the universe guided me to just look up, let's see if you can go back to school. I didn't even know if I could get accepted into college. The first time I went to college, I think I was like 22 or 23, something like that. I went for paralegal, got bored with it, left. So I was trying to find something to just occupy my time and occupy my mind to where I wasn't in that mental space of feeling what I was feeling. Um, and also, I got tired of going to work and busting my ass for 16, $17 an hour. Because if you don't have no degree, certain jobs, you're just gonna get paid minimum wage. So that was secondary. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and be like, oh no, what came first was me trying to like the universe pointed me in that direction when I was going through all that mental pain. Um, and then of course, like I said, not wanting to work minimum wage. Why is that camera got like half my face? Look at the camera. You see it? You see how it had like half my like I had a sliced head.
It turned.
Um, but definitely just wanting to challenge myself to see if I could even finish and go. But that was my main reason of going. The universe pushed me to go. I didn't even know if I could get accepted into school. Um, but I fell in love with the fact of going back to school. I couldn't do this at 22 or 23 because I just couldn't. I get bored and antsy now at my age, being older. Um, so yeah, that's why I went back. And that was that. Now we going.
You got anything you want to say about what is beneficial from going?
If you want a career, if you want to have a better job, if you want to have a job where you're not slaving for $16 an hour, and I say that because that's minimum wage if you don't have any degree or experience. Um, I was going for medical, but I kept asking myself, is this something you want to do for the rest of your life? And I said, no, absolutely not. As much as I love helping people, so I changed my major to get associates in addiction counselor. Um, a lot of us have addictions in all type of different ways. It's not just drugs. So that's another thing of why I went into it, because it's a lot deeper than just being an addiction counselor for me, because I can go work a 9 to 5, but I can also take all that information and bring it on a platform like this and be able to basically help people that, maybe aren't connected to a clinic, or, just somebody going through something. Um, so, yes, a lot of benefits of going back to school. I learn outside of school as well as learning in school. So it's a little different for me. If they teach me something, it might have been something I already learned, or I'll just come home and research it. So I kind of learn it both ways.
That's what I'm about. Like to turn my mic down so I don't have no background noise.
Yeah, I mean, we have kids, and at the end of the day, I'm always going to be a parent first, so I'm not going to try to be too professional
I
on
know.
here, because you might hear my kids in the background. If it's an emergency, they are going to knock on the door. I don't try to come up here and act like I don't have a life.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I mean? Um, but it's a lot of benefit. It is what you use it for. Like I said, I have to pick a degree where I can help people, and I feel like to be a counselor, like I said, I can not only can I go and get a job paying really good money, but I also can bring it to platforms like social media and help people that way. So I'm really excited, because next semester, which is starting January, all my classes will be pertaining to addiction counselor major. So, but go ahead, cause I don't want to keep talking. Cause I'll keep running my
Yeah,
mouth.
go ahead. Keep talking. Shit. That's a good thing.
No, it's not when you got two people sitting up here.
Shit, I don't look at it like that. I look at it like shit. If a person, I'll smoke and just listen. Where's Bone? I'll just smoke and listen like I'm listening. I just listen. While I'm listening, I'm thinking. I'm thinking about the stuff what you're thinking about. Like,
What the hell? Oh. But yeah, I'm in love with it, because it's a very quiet environment, and quiet to me is usually boring. But instead of me taking it in a negative way, I'm taking the benefits of it being more quiet and laid back. Um, just the people you meet is not from where I'm from, a lot of them, but I can still learn and relate, because when you're dealing with wanting to counsel people, you have to deal with all types of people. Racism, like all in the same. It's the same with mental health stuff. When you're in that field, but um, I don't know. I just feel like I was able to put myself in a good place. Given a couple months ago, I wasn't in a good place. So to make a healthy choice to say, okay, instead of me occupying my time with something negative, or trying to get the wrong attention to make me feel good from somewhere else outside my home, which a lot of people do, I decided to fill that emptiness, and that's what it was with going back to school. Because for me to put all that on him would have been very selfish, and I know he's dealing with his own shit, and that's just reality. So just because you have a spouse, don't mean you have to use them, for every problem that you have. That's crazy. So that's why I sat here and the universe said, "Why don't you just go back to school? More money, career, but at the same time, it's occupying all this turmoil that I was in mentally." So I'm a little proud of myself, because I know how destructive and toxic I can be. I know how I can make a lot of wrong decisions based off of my emotion. So for me, school just has a lot of branches. It's very deep for me, because, like I said, I'm deep and complicated anyway. But I think it's kind of cool for us to be together for 15 years, and we can tell our grandkids one day, like, we was in college. They'll probably be like, when y'all met in college? And like, no, we was married for 15 years, and then we went back to college. It wasn't like we met in college. It was kind of reversed. So it's kind of cool sometimes when, like, he has school and I don't, but we're like walking through the campus together, or like, you know, it's just funny. I would never think in a million years that we would be in school together. Just given like certain situations that, just what life has given us, I wouldn't expect it. But I accept what the universe has brought our way.
that's a fact.
hold it down because we can't just. He's a little quiet today.
Yeah, I mean, I can talk.
Yeah, I'm pausing because I'm done. I'm letting you go ahead.
Turn my thing up. School ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. You know what I mean? It got to be something. You know what I mean? It's very intriguing. Only thing I like is psychology, but I don't like nothing else. You know what I mean? I don't like nothing else. If I was going to school for maybe if they like teach me something, I don't do anything outside of school other than psychology. If you understand what I mean, like when I'm not in school, I'm still doing psychology because I'm still doing thinking about myself. I'm still analyzing why my body is slunched over like this instead of my back standing straight. Like I think a lot. When I was sitting here looking at the camera, I'm like, damn, why you always leaned over? You know that's bad for your back, your vertebrae, your spine, all that crazy shit. So when I go to psychology, the only thing it's doing is give me a little cheat sheet about myself. I don't really care about the guys that they talk about because that's not my I don't really care about the messenger. I really care about the message. So I'm getting so many messages about myself in a more scientific way more than a spiritual way. Because I get spiritual downloads, but if I can combine those to scientific, I could do something there. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm doing now. I'm putting those two together because science and spiritual are the two biggest S's in this world. You know what I mean? So, because it goes with the soul with the three biggest S's. And then you become supreme. That's the biggest. So, I'm just learning more about myself. I don't learn about myself with math. I don't learn about myself with English. I don't learn about myself with arts. If you was a person that danced or like arts and you went into art class, maybe you'll like it. Or if you was a person, whatever. But for me, psychology, the only reason why I get an A in it is because I look at life as psychology. So it doesn't bother me to go in there and do it. Same way like my daughter going to drawing class and they tell you to draw the frog. And she draws the most, not only the frog, but the background, all the crazy shit. And you got somebody mess up on the eyes, the legs, the frog like a damn cow. And you were like, how she draw the cow? A frog so good? It's because, you know what I mean? I guess that's what she likes to do. You know what I mean? So schooling is something you have to like to do. Because that's what you're going to be doing majority of time. School. So I love to learn. Sometimes it's hard because like I said, but because it's not hard to learn what they teaching these kids now, like I don't think I could learn. I couldn't even pass high school. You know what I mean? So these kids got a little bit more easier. So it makes it a little easier. Chat GPT and all shit like that. You know what I mean? Little apps they can download, do your math for you and shit. But I think school is a fantastic part of my journey of experience. That's why I say life's a journey. You know what I mean?
Experience is fun.
That's what I'm getting from this. That's
different.
That's the only reason why I'm accepting it. Is because it's a different experience. Like I was telling my wife about this earlier. I don't judge people based on their comfortability. I judge them based on what they can adapt to. So based on when I have that mentality, and I'm curious, like why I have that mentality, is because the thing about me, I have no problem telling you my flaws, but I have a lot of problems telling you my like not gifts, but like I don't know, like you see how I'm pausing when it comes to telling you something, I guess not positive or something more, because I'm trying to find a word instead of going off a feeling. And I do that a lot. So I learned to build my vocabulary, but I didn't learn to build my soul. So when it's time to express my soul, I can't express it unless it comes with a vocabulary. So people will say you're emotional. You don't have emotion. You're emotionless. And it's not that I'm emotionless. I just can't explain my emotion because it doesn't come with words, I guess, that I can explain. So that's why I say I'd rather show you than tell you, because I can't really tell you how I feel. I can just show it to you. So school really makes me evaluate why I'm like that. Like, why you like this? Why you act this way? Why you do this? And I would have never known that if I didn't really think of psychology in that way. When you look at a psychologist, you think of a therapist. That's all I think about. Like, it's a fucking therapist. But it's way deeper than that. You know what I mean? It deals with your soul. That's where psyche come from. And I didn't even know that. Like little things like that. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm blessed that God saw a different scenery than I saw. Because I did it for boardism. He did it for structure. You know what I mean? So that's why you always go with your feeling. If my wife said right now, let's get a camper, I wouldn't even think nothing of it. If my wife said, let's go live in Alaska, I wouldn't even think nothing of it, as long as it's a nice spot and I got a little game room or something like that. I've learned to adapt. And then I think, who taught you that? Go back to psychology. So.
Say Joe.
Yeah. Well, my mom and dad started because I had to listen to rules I didn't like. So that was the first person that gave me rules that made me, and guess what I did? I disobeyed them. She told me to come out at 9 o'clock. I came out 9:30 or 10 o'clock. It's all little things, man. It's just little things. You know, bless you. It's all little stuff. You know what I mean? But I always go back to why I'm like that. And that's why I say go back to psychology. And it's deeper than just my little just thoughts. But that's why I'm eager to learn, because I'm eager to change. I want to learn why I get this way, because I can learn how to reverse it. And it's not easy. It takes so fucking long. The same way it takes to learn to build yourself to be this way, the same way you got to build yourself to be the opposite. So every day you got to tell yourself you are somebody. And you know how hard that is? You know what I mean? So all that programming shit, you are, that's just a lot. But that's why I'm trying to figure out who I am, so I can really figure out what answers to ask. But you know, I love school. I advise anybody to go to school, especially for something they want to. Don't just go to school for anything, and don't go to school for money. I don't want to have a doctor if I was sick that's just here for money. You see what I'm saying? I want somebody here to really help me. I want you to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
don't just go.
A lot of those kids are in there not for passion.
Well, they gonna learn.
They in there for, and don't think about it. That's gonna be my daughter's doctor. That's gonna be my son's doctor. They don't know them. They only 23, fresh out of college, and if you ask them what a ophthalmologist is or whatever, they won't even tell you. And they learned that in their essays like that, but they're not programmed to remember for long term. They're just programmed to remember just to pass the class. If you go to them old school ones, they can break the body down right now, and they ain't go to school in 10 years, 20 years, and they still sharp. You get a motherfucker right now fresh out of school, don't remember shit. See the difference? So I'm not here to. I just know the teachers back then was more. These teachers is just like they'll pass you. So.
I wish more of them was like that, because right now I'm failing computer apps and AMP.
That is stupid.
And one thing,
Computer's
if you go to college, the hardest course you'll ever take is an AMP class, which is anatomy and what's the word? Anatomy and physiology.
Yeah.
Has to do with the anatomy of the body and everything like that. So I was like, oh, this is going to be an easy course. Like, I love how the body works. But when they really start breaking down shit and you got a tough teacher.
Tough teachers make good students.
But, yeah. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just.
No, I'm just saying what you was repeating off what you were saying about the teacher. It ain't. I'm telling you, man. Them teachers. Because we are, I just wish that I could have had this same mentality at a younger age and really would have accomplished some college education at a younger age. Because sometimes it's even all the trauma and stress that I put myself through as an older person. Sometimes it blocks my education skills, or it blocks my determinism, or it blocks my motivation, because I got so much pain, trauma, and routine that I don't have that same energy. I have the same energy because my soul has it, but I don't have that same energy because my body has it, if you understand what I mean. My soul don't have to charge, but I do. It's just deeper than that. So at a younger age, I could have really been more on this if my brain was really more stuck to something positive, something like that. But now that I'm older, I'm positive, but my body has been through so much whatever. I got a lot more excuses to tell myself now that I'm older. I ain't had that many excuses to tell myself when I was younger. You know what I mean? So it's a little different. And they talk about that in psychology too. Of what these kids, how they got more choices and all this crazy stuff. And I always say that shit. So that's why I'd be amazed how they talk about shit that I already knew without having to go to school. That's what lets me more powerful I am. But just keep teaching me. Even Jesus had to learn. Even though he came from God, he still had to learn. So I let you know, just because you come from God, you ain't all smart. You know what I mean? So
the journey just starts. You're gonna be learning to the day you die. That's why I hate when people act like they know everything.
Can't.
Because once you stop learning, you stop living, and people just be in their ego. And I'm like, you're gonna be learning lessons to the day you die.
Fucking right.
You could be an old little grandma in the bed or in whatever the situation is, but you know, you always gonna be learning. I mean, with him, he says he wish he could have went when he was younger. I'm glad I'm at where I'm at right now.
I know.
Because the younger me,
I know. If I had some more structure.
No, I feel like, and I understand what he's saying, because I have done that to myself. Like, oh, why didn't I do this when I was 20? Why didn't I do this when I was 30? And the universe is like, see, that's your problem. If it was meant for you to do it, you would have did it.
Yeah,
like,
facts.
you went through a lot, so now you're at a more mature place, not because of age, but you being mature and just things that you've been through. You know, it's more than just school, because you don't know who you're going to meet or help along the way. Because I wouldn't have took this serious. I've always been smart in school, but I never felt, why would I be in school? And outside is where everything is at. Like, why would I go to school? It's not giving me a paycheck. But when you look at it different, like, it is money, it is a paycheck, even though I'm not physically getting one every week. It goes a lot deeper, because taking the information and putting it on a podcast is money. If you be consistent enough to give it to the people, and then obviously when you graduate, you know, you're going to be making twice as much. I did the research of what they make, and it's, you know, you could just work part-time and be good. But I always tell people to go back when you was a kid and find your passion, and I'm pretty sure that that's what you need to be doing in life, or what you want to do. Instead of whatever you're doing now, you're probably miserable every day going to work. And my thing was to be a counselor, to be an artist, or to do documentaries, because I always like to travel. So to be going to school for addiction counselor, you know, that was a passion when I was a kid. I didn't know what addiction counselor. I just knew I wanted to be a counselor, because when I was in school, like in middle school, I think that's when they started giving me like a counselor, a guidance counselor. So I would see how they were going. Oh, Nicole, how's this, blah, blah, and I'm like, oh wow, because I always had it in me to help people. Like, people always came to me with their problems naturally. But then I was like, oh, this is what a counselor is. You can actually work and get, you know what I mean? And then as you get older, you realize they have mental health counselors, addiction counselors, all types of grieving counselors. So it just, and plus I'm thankful, I'm grateful. It's not the best school in the world, but it's a school where they're paying me to go to school. So I really have no complaints. I just have to keep a positive mentality, because when you're so used to listening to the devil and him trying to guide you, I still have days where I'm like, I don't want to go to school, and then the other side is like, yes, you do. And now you're up in the morning going back and forth with yourself is very distracting, because school has not been part of my routine. I've only been going for 2 months. It just started in September. So when you add positivity to your life, because it wasn't part of your routine, even though it's positive, you still have to get comfortable with it. And a lot of people don't get it. They be like, well, it's good for me. It's positive. Yeah, but it's not part of your routine. So you, even though it's something good for you, you still have to get used to it and welcome it, and be comfortable with it. Because a lot of times we're comfortable with our own toxic behavior or routine. But I'm just enjoying it. Like I said, I feel like there's more that's going to come from it than just graduating college. And the universe is going to guide you where you need to be, regardless if that's where you need to be. It's up to you if you want to be submissive to where the universe is bringing you. And when I say universe, that's God, because God is the universe. God is nature. God is everything. So sometimes I say universe and sometimes I say God, depending on how I want to, refer to
Yeah, high power. Yeah.
him, her, whatever. But yeah, my thing is just being more submissive to what I'm needed for. I got a lady tomorrow. She's she's a nice lady. She's from at the school.
School. Yeah.
She lives way out, put it like that. And I see her struggling with a lot. So I decided to bring her a piece of jewelry in tomorrow because I still make my jewelry and stuff. I'm bringing her an amethyst necklace. Amethyst is like chunky as hell. Um, and I'm gonna have to educate her of what it is, what type of stone it is. But things like that is like it was just placed in my heart to just give that to her because she's dealt with a lot of trauma, so she's very anxious and nervous in school and all our classes we have together. So it'll be little things like that, like when you're having conversations outside of school of personal things that people just open up to you. And me and her is two different walks of life. Like I can tell where she grew up and where I grew up is two totally different environments. But when you can still come together, because I feel like that's what it's about.
Not race.
Yes, and trying to not look at it in that way because it's not a whole bunch of people of color. So sometimes your mind can start telling you negativity. But I'm like, I'm just tired of thinking that way. I'm tired of listening to, that little pitchfork devil that we all have sitting on our shoulder. I'm tired of his ass. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of him.
About who?
Huh?
About who? You tired of who?
The devil.
They said child.
No, I didn't say no child.
I don't know about y'all.
I don't know about y'all.
Being y'all?
I don't know about y'all.
Y'all?
Yeah, I don't know about y'all.
All right.
But
they don't
I'm
teach that in
tired
college.
of the devil.
They don't teach that in college. They don't teach English.
Some words come out the way they're supposed to come out. So I don't know about y'all.
Like a cotton picker.
You ever say words and they sound like very foreign?
Borrow.
Who?
Borrow.
What's that?
Borrow. The thing you put border and stuff in. The big barrels.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
A barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you saying it like that?
You just asked me, do I say any word? I just said one.
No, I didn't say to give me a word, but you'll say a word or say something with an accent like it's foreign.
Barrel.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, I'm just kidding. They looked at me like, give me a word.
I didn't mean give me a word. I just mean that we could say things that just have an accent. Like, where did that come from?
Your tongue? Not be able to say it right?
No, babe. You say
words. Or you try to say like it's a gene thing that you saying things that you don't
like
know.
It might go back to where you're originally from. So you're trying to.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say.
The Bantu,
I ain't got nothing to do no Bantu.
So you're going back to that essence.
I don't think they use words that way.
They go. What they be doing?
You can see. Won't your genes come back? Let your genes come back. If your genes come back for that, they can't come back for language.
Anyway. I need my foot back.
No, I was gonna hold it for a while.
I try to sit straight up because, like you said, when you're slouching over like that, that's not good for your back. But hopefully, the more we do these podcasts and you can watch us grow, because doing podcasts is a lot of, even social media, it's a lot of errors, it's a lot of learning, especially when you're trying to be more professional and trying to really bring people information, because the more serious you are about your craft, the more serious people are going to take you. I don't care what type of background or mic or setup, but people can feel energy. So when you're taking yourself serious, people are going to feel that and gravitate towards you. So I noticed in the beginning, like, we be kind of off and trying to check the this and that or whatever. These are things that I know next time you need to do a test run. Instead of just going live at 6:15, you have to start at 6 o'clock or 5:30 to do a test run. These are things of just being more mature of what it is you need to do with your craft. Because I don't know about you guys, but just because I'm going to school and I have a career in that, I don't want to be nobody's slave I'm not doing that. I want to be over in another country, relaxing, farm, animals, you know what I mean? Hopefully the universe will bring a nice little tribe of people, because, who doesn't want that? So this is a big way to to have those assets grow. So I do take it serious. I don't want you guys to think that we come up here just taking it like, you know what I mean? It's just, but you guys are with us from the bottom of us really trying to grow it into something else.
Yeah, but definitely, man, gonna take this shit. It just takes a lot. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to y'all. It ain't easy, man. My communication skills, I'm a free speaker. I go off what I feel. And sometimes that's hard to, I don't know if I'm gonna make content of me being real or of me making content of me just, you know what I mean? I just sometimes I'll be confused. Um I know what it is to make content because I love to watch it. It's like music. If you love music, then you know what to create because you know what you love. Listen, now some people make music just for them to listen to, and then some people make music for everybody to listen to. So I have to do the same thing with this content. Am I doing content for everybody to like or just for me to appreciate? You see what I'm saying? So first of all, my face not even supposed to be that dark. Her face is real light, mine's is dark. You can't even see me. You can't even see if I got a shape up hair. And by this being 720p pixel, you ain't even gonna get the whole 1080. So if you look at that on there, you might see a little bit of glare. You might see a little bit of this. This is all things that I know what needs to be fixed. But it ain't easy just to come up here and fix mechanical, audio, visual, subtitles, this, thumbnail. Come on, man, I'm not doing all that. 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 I'd rather just come up here and just be real and just send this shit out like a person that go on their phone and just talk and just send it to you how you get it. Word. Because it's either you going to make content for real, or you going to make content based on how you feel for real. This, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's too bootleg for me. That's why I don't play games unless I can create them. Because I know how to fix them to my likings. So then people can join. And then I listen to the feedback of people, what they saying about the... So I already know my face too dark. I know some people jumping right now. People are very simple mind. But if I'm just going to get something out there for y'all, I'm just going to put the camera on, say what I got to say, get it, and get the 22 views. That's my routine. That shit get boring after a while. That shit get corny to see 17 views because you keep doing the same shit. Those consistent views should make you want to do something different. Maybe you might get a different strike. So this ain't about content. It's because you're just trying to get something on the channel. Because them 17 views should be higher now after a year, I think. I think you should at least be in 500 mark, 600 mark. Usually that's what people hit as they grow. And you got 2,000 people but still getting 27 views. I guess that doesn't bother you, does it? Because psychology, man, it's all. This ain't what people really... You'll get 17, 20. You won't hit that 400 mark, I bet you that. Are you aiming for that? Or are you just aiming to put a video out? So what kind of content are you making? You got all the equipment, but you're not even you. This ain't enough to get 300 views, 400 views. This is enough to get 27, 10. You get 100, you'll be shocked. I guarantee any video that's over 20 minutes and you get 100 views, you'll be shocked. I watch people make balloon videos and it be 2 hours long and they got 30,000 views. So you tell me people don't watch long videos? They just don't watch long videos. That's boring. They do. They can watch a whole movie, but can't watch you for 30 minutes. Of course their attention span was going to come to your content because it ain't interesting enough to keep my attention span going. Argue. Be more exciting. Be more entertaining. Be more lovable. Be more... Just sit here and sit. That's not nothing. I go to my man crib down the street and see that shit. I want to see something I don't see outside of my community. Love. Something that's more This gonna get you 20. You won't even get 2 comments on this motherfucker. And it is gonna be the same people you chill with. Good content. Good two, 3 dudes, you know. Let's be real. That's all and that's what I like. I like to be real. That's the only thing I know. It's the only thing I know. Cause everybody dealing with the same shit. It's a couple niggas up here right now that got good content but can't get nobody to listen to their shit. It's because they don't know how to they don't know how to grab people attention. They think their mouth is just good enough. It's not. It's not. You think your mouth is just good enough to shut people's fucking brain down and eyeballs down and just listen to you all day? Okay. Well, watch your channel grow. Watch. All right, man. Just shit ain't about how you feel. It's about what makes money. This is a TV show. YouTube is a TV network. And there's so many channels to watch. So if you ain't got something interesting to bring to the channel, your network can go down. It's hard though. No, it's not. It's easy. Just the mentality has to be there. You can do so much content outside. You can do so much content. So many is just, I don't know.
Well, on that note, I just try to keep it positive.
I know.
Go follow the channel, please. Goddess Nyquil. Because one thing I can say about my channel is it's slowly growing. It's like a plant that you thought was dying, but it still like has some life in it. So, I don't do YouTube to get a check because I've never gotten a check off YouTube. I just like sharing information. So when I do see new subscribers and people talking or commenting, when I see subscribers, I might not be getting 100 a day, but I definitely appreciate the support that I do have. And what you were saying was true. That's why people go back in their lab and they recreate and they come back with whatever it is they want to do. You know what I mean? So you just got to try to stay positive about it because your content is your content. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nobody's held responsible but yourself when it comes to your content. So, but if you guys haven't, you guys can check my channel out. Goddess Nyquil, NAYAKUL. Hopefully we can, try to bring some different, more entertaining content for you guys in the future. But I'm about to get off in a minute because I have some motherly duties to take care of.
Yeah, definitely gonna bring you some more stuff, man. Some more information and stuff like that, solutions, and different things to help out with your day. If it's putting a smile on your face or putting a seed in your brain. But we're gonna definitely bring that back. Definitely. But peace and love, man. You see what I'm saying? How many people watching? Peace and blessings, love y'all, man. Stay out the way so you're not in the way. Love more, judge less. And life is a journey, not destination, man. And just stay in tune, man. We gonna get it right. Trust and believe that. They low now, but they're gonna be high in the future. I promise you that. I promise you that. But peace and blessings,